for the Department of Defense, Central Intelligence Agency, National Security Agency, Office of Naval Intelligence, Defense Language Institute, and DARPA, and Interpol, and FBI. August 25th, 1974, NORAD, North American Aerospace Defense Command, was tracking an unknown object over 75,000 feet, then not to 45,000, then to 20, then up, and it was over Mexico, central Mexico. It was zipping around into Texas, Corpus Christi, bouncing all over the place in steps, not a pure linear descent. And it was not an air-breathing engine. Initial contact was made at over 2,600 miles per hour. Remember, this is 1974, this is not 2013. Suddenly, the object appeared to go below radar. Well, it did, because when it went back into Mexico, now called the zone of silence, it collided with another aircraft, a small private plane. They both went down. Reconnaissance pictures, overflights, satellites saw this crash. So Mexico dispatched a team of soldiers in a truck, in a jeep, to recover and discover what went on. They arrived, and we were watching this illegally with our own surveillance methods, that there were two vehicles. One was a badly damaged private plane. The other was a moderately damaged UFO, a disc about 15, 16 feet in diameter, about 5 feet in depth or height. And we discovered that all the Mexican soldiers and military were suddenly dead. They were just laying there dead. And we asked Mexico for the right to enter their country with NBC suits, nuclear, biological, chemical suits, to avoid any pathogen contamination. And they said no, but we did it anyway. So we dispatched our team, and it was with the help of the CIA. We were monitoring this, and from Fort Bliss, Texas. And they were dispatched, and they found these dead bodies. The private plane was very badly damaged. There were some minor impacts on the UFO, broken. There was some dents in it or holes. And they took all the bodies of the Mexican soldiers, and these, remember, all soldiers were wearing NBC suits, which are impervious to anything.
What's NBC stand for?
Nuclear, biological, chemical. And they gathered up the bodies of the dead soldiers, the trucks, the jeeps, the private plane, what was left of the bodies, the people in their private plane, and they detonated a suitcase nuke. A suitcase nuke is something you can wear like a backpack. So Soviets have them, we have them. They can be several kilotons. And they detonated this, vaporizing all the material. Now, what's odd, in the news, and I remember this quite vividly, in '74, in late summer, there was that one of our Vela satellites with a nuclear detection program looking down saw a flash in central Mexico in the zone of silence area, indicating a nuclear detonation occurred. There's no nuclear technology in Mexico, in the middle of nowhere. We then took the UFO on a big flatbed, and with whatever's inside, we hauled it off. No one knows where it went. It might have went to, Ray Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio. But they think part of it, or whatever bodies, were taken to CDC, Center for Disease Control. Now, what's important about this, the pathogen was so deadly that even being exposed to a small concentration was extremely lethal. Now, this has never been disclosed publicly. There's a book written by Ruben Uriarte called Mexico's Roswell, it's in. There's another book came out by Dr. Robert Wood called Alien Viruses, it's in. But Mexico's Roswell book discussed the suitcase nuke. Dr. Wood's book does not. But it was a news item in late summer of '74. Now, what's interesting, the theory goes, the evidence suggests that the bodies, whatever they were, recovered, extraterrestrial bodies or EVs, were taken in, and we tried to develop a biological warfare device from the pathogens that killed the soldiers, because it was so deadly. They had modified for use. In their culturing it and modifying it for work, it apparently diminished its capacity to kill. And the evidence suggests that what became AIDS, HIV, was cultured from an alien DNA pathogen. Now, it's in your story that AIDS was first acknowledged in the 80s. There was some unusual testing that went on. It made the public. It disappeared. They subjected some of the AIDS virus to 2 billion electron volts in a particle accelerator. That is sufficient to kill any living thing that's ever existed on this planet. What happened to the AIDS virus? Nothing. The energy had no effect on it, which means one of 2 things. It was particularly developed and designed to be immune to ionizing radiation, which is almost impossible. Or it wasn't created here, or both. So this makes you wonder that in Ryan Wood's book, Magic Eyes Only, this is discussed, and in Robert Wood's book, Alien Viruses, which just came out, it's also discussed. There's other suggestions that you read about in Dr. Robert Wood's book, that number of strange viruses and epidemics from our own culture may have been the result of alien contamination. But if this was done purposefully for a biological warfare tool, that was illegal. We banned the use of biological warfare technology in 1969. To even conduct that research would have been illegal.